So there's a few different things you should know about when it comes to manipulating plots in Whitson Plus. The first thing is if you've zoomed into any particular part of a graph, which you simply can do by just holding in your cursor and creating a square like this and release. And if you want to go back to the default zoom, you can use the reset zoom button up to the right. It's the same symbol in all the plots. Or alternatively, you can simply just double click the plot itself and you come back to the default. If you want to manipulate both the y and x-axis at the same time while keeping the origin fixed, you can go all the way up to the right of the plot until it changes symbol to the symbol you see right here. You can see that we're keeping the origin fixed, and then we're scaling both the y and x-axis at the same time. If you only want to do with that with one of the axes, you can go all the way down here to the right, and you can go all the way up here to the left, and that allows you to just scale that axis at the time. If you go somewhere in between here, what will happen is that you're simply just dragging the axis either up or down, so you're not doing any scaling. And the same goes for this axis right here. Very, very handy is the way of actually scaling it, not by holding in and dragging and dropping, but in some cases it might be useful to be able to click this part of the axis and set the maximum numbers by typing or minimum numbers by typing. So in this case, the maximum x-axis point is 1024. Let's say I wanted to change that to 950, for instance. Then I can do that just like that. And the same goes here in the y-axis. I just go all the way up to the left of the plot, click one time, this number appears, and it's a writable number. So now I can make this 4,000, for instance, and the plot will change. Okay, so that's pretty handy as well. The last thing is related to the legends, and that's very important because in some cases there might be way more things on the plot than what you would like to analyze, or maybe you like to look at different things on the plot by removing parts of the plot. So when it comes to legends, if you only want to visualize one thing at the plot in the plot at the time, you can double click that particular part of the plot, and then you can single click to add certain parts of the plot. Or if you only want to remove one thing at a time, you can just simply single click it like this. If you only have one thing selected and you want to get all the other legends back on the plot, you simply just double click like this.